Who would think of something that unusual? I'm going to call Seal and ask him.
Hey, Rick.
How are you, Seal?
I'm great, thanks. How are you?
Good. Okay, so I have some questions I want to ask you. I'm doing this breakdown of Kiss from a Rose, and the melody is so complex. Like some of the phrases when you go, and then you go, those odd interval jumps. Well, how do you think of things like that?
The best explanation I can come up with is that I didn't know that you couldn't really do those things, or those things were really unusual. It just felt like the right thing to do. When I wrote that song, interestingly enough, I couldn't play an instrument. You know, some may argue I still can't. But in any case, I couldn't play an instrument. And somebody, dear friend of mine, had just bought me this recording multi-track. It was called a Tascam 244. I kind of started this song as an experiment to try and figure out how to work this machine. So I was thinking less song and more, let me try and practice, let me try and figure out how this thing works. Let me kind of see how this whole bouncing thing works. I was reading the manual, I was reading the instructions, trying to figure out how the bouncing thing works. And I thought, okay, so what I'll do is I will try and emulate what an orchestra would do. So hence you have the da 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 ba 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 da 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 da. And so the whole thing happened really quickly. It was really a kind of an afternoon's work of about 2 or 3 hours, and really I wasn't really thinking about the melody at all.
I'd like to take a second to talk to you about this channel. This is actually Rick Beato 2. I've had it since the beginning of my main channel, and many of you are not subscribed. As a matter of fact, 87% of the people that watch this channel regularly are not subscribed. So I encourage you to hit the subscribe button on this channel and on my main channel. This will help me get even more of my dream guests and help continue to grow both channels. Thank you. Okay, there's a couple things that happen there. So you got these lyrics. Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the gray. I don't know what that means, but it sounds amazing.
People would always say, is it a kiss from a rose on the gray, or a kiss from a rose on the grave, or a kiss by a rose on the grave? And I would say, what do you think I'm saying? And they would say, what did you mean when you were saying that? And I would say, what do you think I meant? And they would say, I think you're saying a kiss from a rose or on the grave because, there was this lonely tower and you're the lonely graying tower in this kind of desolate wasteland. And, and this woman or this angel, she's come and she's kissed you and she's lifted you up. And I would go, that's what it means. I'm often asked the question, well, what is it about music I love? I go, it's really two things that are most important to me in music. And if you really pushed me, it's one. But it's two things. It's the song and the voice. It's the song and the voice. And if you really pushed me, I'd say it's the song. Because it's the song that changed my life. It's the song that made me realize that I could express myself in a way that I never imagined possible. It's the song that made me realize I could communicate to millions of people. It's the song that made me want to be someone. It's the song. To me, as Bono said, ideas come and go, but songs last forever. And I love the songs. And as far as I'm concerned, it's what you're doing that is upholding the tradition of the song. And I wish there were more people like you. Unfortunately, there aren't as many as I would like there to be. But I love what you're doing. I love what you're doing for the industry. I love that you're giving young people hope and educating them and reminding them that it is the song and the integrity of the song and the voice that at all costs has to be upheld. So thank you.